In the previous lesson, I taught you how to use media queries to provide an optimized layout dependent upon the device being used to view your web page, as we can see right here. Now I'm going to show you the beginnings of transitions, and we'll take a look at some more advanced usages in future lessons, but this will whet your appetite. We can apply a transition to virtually any element. So let's say right here in style.css, this is what we had from the previous lesson, and we want to say when the maximum width is 500, when it's optimized for maybe a mobile device, we want the color to be, for some strange reason, red. Now, if I come back and reload, bring it down, sure enough, at this point, the color is red. But what if we wanted to have a little bit of fun and provide a transition? Well, we can do that. Let's go right up to our paragraph declaration, and I'm going to specify WebKit transition, and now we're going to pass two values. What are we transitioning? We can either pass all, which means watch everything, or a specific property. In this case, we're listening for color. Next, we specify a length. How long should it transition? So if I set 2 seconds, we're saying when the color changes, I want you to transition to that color over the course of 2 seconds. Let's try it out now. I'm going to bring the width up again, and now watch how it will take 2 seconds for this text to turn red when I reduce the width. 1, 2, and now it's red. And that is your first transition. Now you can do this for a lot of things. A very common usage is, let's go back to index.html, and let's have an unordered list with 4 list items, and each one says hello. So if I reload, we have these. Now what I want is when I hover over one of these list items, we're going to have that nice effect where it slowly moves to the right. And this would probably be for a menu in the sidebar, and maybe they'd be anchor tags, but it doesn't matter in this case. Once again, we'll be generalized and we'll reference all list items. And now we want to say when you hover over a list item, I want you to set the padding left equal to 10 pixels. If I reload and I hover over it, can you see it moves over 10 pixels? Nothing special here. Now, while we're here, let's also be smart and set the cursor to pointer, like so. All right, but now I want it to transition to that new value so it's a little more fluid-like. Well, we can do that with list item. I'm going to set it to the base level, not the hover state, but the regular state, and we'll say WebKit transition. And I want you to remember you need to be always doing all of the official forms. So we'll do Mozilla and the official. And we'll do the same thing here for list item. We're going to transition padding left over the course of 0.5 seconds. I'll duplicate this a couple times, set that up for Mozilla and the official form. And let's also make sure it's not 0.5, it's 0.5 seconds. All right, so let's try that out now. And when I hover over it, pay attention, you'll see over the course of 1/2 second, it transitions. And now we get a much more fluid layout, and it really didn't require much work on our part. Now, what if we want to transition more than one thing? So perhaps when we go here, the color will change to blue. But now here, we're only listening for a change in padding. We're not listening for the color. So if I were to reload and try it out, it immediately turns blue. Well, you have a couple options here. We can, 1, switch this to all. And now it's going to transition everything over the course of 1/2 second, as we can see right here, blue, blue. Or you can pass a comma-separated list. So we could say after this, color over the course of 2 seconds. And now if I reload, pay attention, 1, 2, and now it's blue, and same here, 1, 2. So you have a couple options there. Either listen for all, and I don't have anything to back this up, but my instinct is it would be better for performance to be more specific. That way, it's not having to listen for every single property, it's only paying attention to padding left and color in this case. But it really just depends on what your needs are. So we've only scratched the surface here. I wanted to whet your appetite, but towards the final lessons in this course, we'll take a look at some more advanced ways that you can use transitions in your applications.